Okay, imagine this, the greatest love story of a generation, filmed by two people who absolutely hated each other. And that iconic TV sisterhood everyone adored? Yeah, total nightmare behind the scenes. Here's the truth. That perfect chemistry you see on screen, most of the time it's a complete lie. Today, we're diving into the most insane feuds in Hollywood history. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for number 6. It involves actual Oscar sabotage. Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams, The Notebook. Let's start with The Notebook. I mean, come on, the romance movie that had everyone sobbing into their popcorn. Ryan and Rachel? Pure magic, right? Wrong. They couldn't stand each other. Like, at all. The director, Nick Cassavetes, spilled the tea years later. He said their relationship on set was not good, which is Hollywood code for absolute disaster. And get this, during one scene, Ryan literally stopped filming and asked the director to remove Rachel from the set. He wanted another actress to read her lines off camera because he couldn't even look at her. It got so toxic that Cassavetes had to lock them in a room together and let them scream it out. Just screaming at each other for a romance movie. And here's the plot twist. After all that, they actually started dating. I know, right? Wild. But if you think that's dramatic, hold my coffee. Bill Murray and Lucy Liu, Charlie's Angels. Charlie's Angels, 2000. Huge blockbuster. Fun, right? Well, not for Lucy Liu. For years, there were whispers about what went down between her and Bill Murray. But Lucy stayed quiet until 2021. That's when she finally revealed the truth. During a rehearsal, Bill Murray just started hurling insults at her. Not about her acting, this was personal. Mean, inexcusable, and unacceptable. In her own words. And Lucy, she didn't back down. She said, "I was not going to just sit there and take it. I stood up for myself." The fallout? Bill Murray wasn't in the sequel. He got replaced by Bernie Mac. Yeah, that bad. Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey, Dirty Dancing. Now, standing up for yourself is one thing. But what happens when the feud starts before the movie even begins? Welcome to Dirty Dancing. On screen, the time of their lives. Behind the scenes, Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey were miserable. Here's the backstory. They'd already worked together on Red Dawn back in 1984, and Jennifer found Patrick's whole macho thing so annoying that when Dirty Dancing came around, she literally tried to block him from getting cast. She didn't want him as Johnny Castle. Patrick had to apologize and basically beg her to do a screen test with him. Awkward doesn't even cover it. In his memoir, Patrick, who was a professional dancer, admitted he got super frustrated with Jennifer because she was, quote, highly emotional. And that famous scene where he's tickling her and she can't stop laughing? That wasn't acting. That was real. She was genuinely laughing and he was genuinely annoyed, and the director just kept rolling. Movie magic, folks. William Shatner and George Takei, Star Trek. Okay, so that feud eventually cooled down. But this next one has been going strong for 50 years. Star Trek, the original series, 1960s. George Takei, Sulu, and William Shatner, Captain Kirk, have been beefing since day one. George has called William a prima donna for decades. He claims Shatner would literally steal his lines, hog all the camera time, and get other actors' close-ups cut from the final edit. And they have never let it go. In 2008, Shatner posts a YouTube video whining that he wasn't invited to George's wedding. George fires back immediately with receipts. Proof that Shatner was invited but never bothered to RSVP. At Shatner's roast in 2006, George's entire speech was just roasting him. For real. And in 2023, George Takei is still out here calling William Shatner a cantankerous old fossil. 50 years. That's commitment to a grudge. Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Cattrall, Sex and the City. But even that doesn't compare to what happened with Sex and the City. To the world, these four women were everything. Friendship goals, sisterhood, the whole deal. But Kim Cattrall was living a completely different reality. Rumors about money and drama followed the show for years. But in 2017, Kim finally said it out loud. We were never friends. We were colleagues. But 2018? That's when things got dark. Kim's brother tragically passed away. Sarah Jessica Parker posted condolences on Instagram. Seemed nice, right? Kim didn't see it that way. She posted a message directly to SJP that basically said, "You are not my family. You are not my friend. Stop exploiting our tragedy to make yourself look good." Brutal. And that, my friends, is why Samantha isn't in the reboot. Bette Davis and Joan Crawford, whatever happened to Baby Jane? Alright, that was modern Hollywood. But if you want the most diabolical feud of all time, we gotta go old school. Bette Davis and Joan Crawford. This wasn't just a feud. This was a full-blown war that lasted their entire careers. It started in 1935 when Joan allegedly stole a man Bette was in love with. Decades later, they're forced to work together on whatever happened to Baby Jane. In 1962, Joan's husband was the CEO of Pepsi. So when Bette had a Coca-Cola machine installed on set, Joan was furious. There's a scene where Bette has to drag Joan across the floor. Joan allegedly stuffed weights in her pockets so it would hurt Bette's already bad back. I mean, diabolical. But the real revenge? That came at the Oscars. Bette gets nominated. Joan doesn't. So what does Joan do? She launches a secret anti-Bette campaign behind the scenes. Oscar night arrives. The winner is Anne Bancroft, but Anne's not there. And who walks on stage to accept the Oscar on her behalf? Joan Crawford. She arranged the whole thing, brushed right past a stunned Bette Davis, and accepted that Oscar with the biggest smile. The ultimate public humiliation.
Chef esquisse.
Evil but iconic. So there you have it. Screaming matches on romance sets, 50-year grudges, and literal Oscar sabotage. The drama behind the camera is almost always better than what's in front of it. It just goes to show on-screen chemistry? Total illusion. So now I'm curious, which current on-screen friendship do you think is secretly a disaster? Drop your theories in the comments. And if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button because clearly you love the drama as much as I do.